welcome Edna. Feel at home. Good morning, Marvin. Let's welcome Edna. Feeling it at home. I hope you guys are doing well. Today is Question Friday. Yeah, today it started raining, I think, at around 3 a.m. Yeah, and we were blessed with a shower. So whatever I'm driving, I'm following my fellow car drivers. I normally don't drive like this. This is something I'm learning from other people. So I'm thinking this is normal. Me, I drive normally, I would be in that line there behind. But what's the use of being there behind when you can actually come here in front? I don't know if I make sense. The only trouble that happens sometimes is that sometimes traffic officers they try to come and start taking our number plates like we are the first. Ateba kubayikiriza ffe. Bayikiriza ffe abali innocent abagoberedde bannaffe. I want to go naye bwolaba wapajero nga asigadde mu line n'ogaana kati nze owakakolola namukadde kolola ngoba kingo wapajero omuzagagga ali omwo naye ate kati wakawundo najja n'ogamba naye n'owakawundo naye si mwavu kati ngoberera ki wakawundo wapajero mwakangene n'owakawundo yaizulu. Then ate you remember that there in front wali eri maaso waliwo ebikamera kati ng'amazima omuntu yenna ali mwakategeera togenda mu bikamera ebyo ng'ovuga bubi naye ate there in front it's free. Katusugale mu line tujjajjira tutambule. You know, traffic police these days finds people using those cameras. Mboli nga bakubye edinnya lyo mu New Vision aga gundi asa twakuba ekipapula ku Bombo Road wavuga bubi. Twakuba ekipapula you oversped. Good morning Martha, good morning Pascal Joseph. I hope you guys are doing well. I try to clean my window here. Yeah, I hope you guys are doing good. I'm grateful. Omanyi life mukama kasita kuma ng'omulamu ogeza kukyebaza ebirala byonna n'osooka n'obyesonyiwa n'omanya nti kati binaatereera bw'oba tewalidde kyoyagala ggulo omanya next time. There is always a next time. Enkyo ojja kulya kyoyagala oba next week ojja kulya kyonkola kyoyagala. Yeah, but I hope you guys are doing well. Today is Question Friday, and today we basically ask questions, whichever questions. And me, I'm going to have my own question to you, so that all of you guys actually answer. It's not car related today, but I want to ask it to Rabe what you guys all think about it. It's basically something for all of us to think about. And good morning, Abby. So I hope you guys are doing well. Question Friday. I have my own question. It comes out of a situation, and I'm thinking once you understand the situation, you guys see the cameras in front there. That's the only reason I'm in the line. When I get into a dark spot where those cameras can't see me, I'll also drive like I'm not Jesus's brother. But here, I'm a relative to Jesus. Yeah. I don't want to be one of them, but it's tempting. Those people that are breaking the law, they are going very fast in front. This is very tempting. They are there in front. It's tempting onna bawo batuyitako bamenya amateeka Noah Ford wuya ayiseewo abagenda givugayo emyezi emeka emyaka emeka agiseemu yingini ya Toyota Mukama Katonda aba bonna batuyitako bagenda Noah police wuyo byavuze. I remember you're definitely defining integrity as the ability to do the right thing when no one is looking. Here, everyone is looking. Everyone, actually, when you drive badly, other drivers are seeing. But right now, now in the morning, it's not a question of people looking. It's the question of you getting to work in time. So and me not overtaking where I am right now. It's me protecting myself against a police fine. You get it? Kati waliwo ntu ebiseera bw'otuuka. Now this moment I don't think integrity applies. Because here everyone is looking. Integrity applies when no one is looking. Kati here everyone will be looking. It will be you surviving. You know, now it's survival for the fittest. Good morning, Joseph, Simon. I hope you guys are doing well. Man, and the jam is in one area. The jam is just in one area. Nekati jambo abali wano je tulage yo masa agenda kwata because kati bano abavuganga baganda ba Lucifer bagenda gende yo maso naye bakwase yo jam naye tujja basanga manyi God is fair. He has created a roadblock for them there for us to find them. Kamera bakati tezikyandaba numbe Question Friday. I have a question for you guys. So it's a situation. And it's a situation, I'm imagining most of you guys here are in relationships, are probably going to get married. And the situation is, two people are married, and the man is promiscuous. And the man is promiscuous to the extent that Katitacha Kweka good morning cancel Asiku. The guy is too promiscuous that he's no longer shameful. He goes to other women openly with the woman saying, we are hearing the side of the woman only. We have not heard the side of the man, so we don't know why he does what he does. And the woman says now she's tired. Of course, they have kids together. The woman is tired. She's ready to start going to see other men as well, because she believes there is no longer love in this here relationship. So my questions are actually two. What should this woman do? Should she man because why I'm asking the second question is we grew up in families. I was saying I grew up at my auntie's place, and I knew even the days that her husband would be here, and I did not know who his first wife was, but and it was no more not come back at 10, or she would not stay out even on the days she knew the husband would not be there. So and so many homes were like this, but there was peace. You would never find that that a woman felt like, okay, now this man is doing he has another woman, so I should go and find another man. So that's why I'm asking this question. If we live in a generation where men and women are equal, you can hardly hear what I'm saying. I take at JK. Now can you hear me? Can you hear me now? I'm going to repeat the situation, guys. So good morning, Innocent. I'm told Nissan T30 petrol is fairly reliable, but still I highly doubt. Innocent, I know that Nissan X-Trails can be reliable. The problem with the Nissan X-Trails is that the mechanics don't really understand them. So it can bring on one small little fault like this, and the mechanic worsens it. I know that's what happens with Nissan X-Trails and all Nissans and all those rare cars that we normally discourage people from buying. It's not that the cars are bad. It's normally that the mechanics, I'm going to repeat it, JK. It's just that the mechanics don't understand those cars properly, and probably also the spare is not available. So a small problem can become a big problem because of the way it's handled. It's just like the medical issues here in Uganda. Omuntu abeera ne ulcers, ne ba misdiagnosing and bamugamba ina cancer, they give them chemotherapy, and then later on they realize this person did not have cancer, and then gaafuna da chemotherapy. You get things like that. So I personally believe the Nissan X-Trail is actually a good car, but it's the spare that is expensive, the mechanics that don't understand the Nissan X-Trail properly that worsen the situation. So a small problem can become a big problem because of those things. So I'm going to repeat my question now, and it's a situation, and it's probably something for us to, all of us, to contemplate, think about. So it's a situation, it's a married couple, and here we are hearing the side of the woman. Normally we hear the side of the woman. It's very rare to find marriage problems where we hear the side of the man. So the side of the woman is, they have been married, they have 3 kids, and the man is promiscuous now. Okay, the man is promiscuous, he no longer hides, and the woman believes, okay, the woman is tired. So now she believes that since the man is having other women, she should also be left to have other men. She should also be left to, she should not even be left. She believes it's time she goes and starts having her sex with whichever man she can please. She actually, in her statement, says that the man has actually been giving her bad sex all these years and she has been tolerant. But now she believes she can have good sex outside the relationship. But she is not ready to get out of the marriage, okay? They are still renting. She's working so she can make her own money. Now, my first question is, do you think this woman should go out and start having whatever she defines this as, or having just casual sex, or having extramarital affairs, whatever she's going to, she defines this as, or should she just break up with this man and go and start moving on with her life? Now, my other question is, that's one question. Should this woman, is she free? Is it okay for her to start having sex outside with whichever man she can find? Because we all know women can get sex whenever they want. Or she should just break up with a man, go start a new life with another man that she believes will not behave the way this man behaves. Second question is marriage even worth it anymore in this generation? This generation where women believe they are equal to men. And I was giving you my situations that I grew up at my auntie's place when I was around P4, P5. Of course, she died in P6. Now I'm going to tell you something else later. So I grew up in her home, and her husband was a two-woman man, and I know it probably had other women again. And for this gentleman, we even knew that he would come home on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. The other days were there for the other woman. And his woman here, my auntie, was okay with it. She would come back home every day at 5 p.m. She would not go to other men every day. I think she was okay with this. Okay? But women these days believe that you don't have a right. If you have a right, she should also be allowed to get another woman. So that's why I'm asking, is marriage worth it anymore? Is marriage worth it anymore with the way things are going? Now, I'm going to tell you this. This auntie I'm talking about and the husband both died of HIV. The same thing happened to my dad. He was a many women man. Okay? And one thing I've realized with men like this, even their women normally have other men. Which is why normally these guys die of hepatitis B, HIV, you get sexual diseases. And we know from yesterday's conversation that no woman ever asks for a condom. So those two questions of mine, let's contemplate on them. You guys answer me the way you feel is right in your analysis. Of course, I already have an answer. Patrick is saying, two wrongs don't make a right. Good morning, Solomon. Yes, yes. Or Jakuliza, wherever you can. Patrick is saying, no, two wrongs don't make a right. Yeah. Good morning, Chris Da Vinci. I think there must be an underlying issue why the man is behaving that way. I always think like that, Patrick. I always think like that. Being a man that is also married, I know that there is no man that marries a woman. It's very hard to, because we as men, we have a choice. It's very hard to find a man that will say, Martha jangu nkuwasenga takwagala. However, wakuwasa, and then later on they change. It doesn't just happen overnight. It's something that happens because of the situations that exist in this relationship. My view, in such situations, they have to separate for both to be free for the other, for intimacy. They should just break up, cause going out more risks of getting sexual diseases. Exactly. The challenge here, I realize, is that there are chances that actually the man is not having any extramarital affairs. There are chances that the man is engaging women on WhatsApp, but he's not actually sleeping with them. Apparently, women have a thought that every time a man is engaging a woman, they sleep with them. There are chances that the man is not actually sleeping with them, or there are chances that the man is actually using condoms. But we both know that when the woman goes out, she won't use condoms. When the man comes back home, he doesn't use condoms with this woman. So that's where the sexually transmitted diseases will come from, and some of them are deadly. And remember, there are kids involved in this relationship. They are orphans because their parents were stupid. So I think I concur that these people need to separate. The woman needs to go out. But yesterday I was talking to a certain chick, and she was saying that for women it's like an achievement to get married, so they cannot just get out of the marriage. And for them it feels like they are failing once they get out of a marriage. But failing is okay. So I'm thinking failing in marriage should not be like the biggest failure a woman can go through. Joseph, you are just laughing at me. Yeah, I'm bringing this situation because these situations happen wherever we are. Yesterday I posted the raffle, and I think someone here was saying Morokabaji to said, I'm challenging you. I'm challenging the person I was anti to bring a car that is in the situ condition that we bought that kakusentezo. Whenever we buy those cars, traders come and try to buy them away from us. Which take it because fetuba tukuzenga basubuzi nera fo babadde bagigule nga busubuzi ngolyaga mwenga mwasubudde busubuzi okitegeera. Network. Sorry, network has been disturbing me. They look and they band up a main heading get clear. You know, sit Jakuchama. It comes down to the benefits. Before she thinks about cheating, let her know the main causes of all this. Yeah, that makes sense, Joseph. I personally believe that might not happen. I've thought about it, and I've thought that maybe omukazi ebiseera ebisinga tamalaga jjawo n'alowooza nti kati nange kangendeko ebweru. Normally abasajja abakwana abakazi abafumbo babagamba olowooza bbawo tayenda naawe jangu oyende, okitegeera mpaako lumu tajja kumanya ebyo. So I'm actually thinking that by the time a woman gets these ideas, she has either started or she has already gone. Let me see. JK is saying, I still believe a proper family is the core fabric of a well-functioning society. So yes, marriage is still relevant, but most people have grown up in dysfunctional families. Yeah. I have no idea what like a family is. Me, I personally saw that when nakulira auntie wange, even when that guy came 3 days a week, we still felt the essence of family. We still felt that this home has a dad. And there was discipline in that home. I don't know if I make sense. There was discipline in the home, because when the dad would come in the home, you would feel there's something. And I think those women of those days still felt it. But these days, when women believe I can raise my kids on my own, bichi, we have found that we have so many chicks because they have been raised by single mothers. We have so many boys that can't even take care of a home because they have been raised by single mothers, and these single mothers have hustled a lot. Kati nabo bachida bane baga kati mama wange bwaba yandabirira gwana atasola labirira abana. It takes a strong man to actually know that I have to take care of my kids. Abavubuka banji basurawo their responsibility. Martha agamba, let them sit and talk about it. If they did it and things never worked, let the woman break up in peace. Otherwise, she will bring HIV. I love that Martha is actually open. She will bring. Tagambe, she will get over acquire. She will bring. And majority of the time, majority of the time the woman brings HIV. It's just that ebintu ebitado kubeera mu extramarital affairs zino, for us men, omusajja bwagende bali abakazi bayenzeeko baagala nnyo bamanyike, naye omukazi bwagende bali abasajja abamwendako tebaagala nansi emanye, because bakimanyi ono omukazi wakkiririza okwebaka nange yeebase n'abalala bangi. So omusajja bwe yeebaka ku mukazi omufumbu aba ayagala kisigale nga kyama, ye tafuluma. So even when the woman brings HIV, it will always be like, musajja yandeetera sirimu ne bw'aba ye yamuleeta. So I love that Martha says that statement, she will bring HIV, because we all know the woman will never ask for a condom. But we all know there are chances that this man has been using condoms, and he will continue using condoms. Because ate abasajja batya nnyo okufa okusinga abakazi. Because it's already like general knowledge that men die faster than women. And not just in Africa, but even Asia. Because I was seeing a documentary yesterday on Japan, and Japanese live very long. But even in Japan, where almost everyone lives very long, men live longer than women. Which again, the problem is boys and girls nowadays are growing up with single moms. Yet any family at least needs a father figure for guidance. Yeah, and I think what Alan is saying is like, because women have been raised by single mothers, they believe I can raise my kids on my own. And that is spoiling the next generation is even further. But I think I've had like several guys that said nzomwana wange kati njamwekuliza tagenda na mama we. So when a woman is going, bwabasaze ogenda agendeza abana abanga abaleke. I think men are getting woke. They are realizing that okay, when women help us raise our kids don't become what they should become. The only problem then happens that when a man tries to raise their kids, then they get a single mother, and then the single mother stepmother which in a way is not a very good thing. The man can be engaging in such acts to cause the woman to constructively leave him under the excuse that he is unfaithful, whereas not. She has to make thorough investigation and leave no room of doubt. Thank you, Patrick. You're speaking like a man. Chichuchemba gambi. Chizibu kusanga musajja nawasa mukazi namusawo nga tamwagala. So whatever he's doing, it's possible that ayagala kugoba mukazi amuvira agende. So it's possible that even the phone calls he's getting are pretense phone calls. They are not happening. It's possible that even the messages he's getting are pretend messages, that they don't even exist. Asobola okuddawo n'abakazi n'abagamba kati nkubira nga ntuuse ewaka ate oyogere nnyo. It's possible, by the way. That's a possibility. What do you guys think of what Patrick has said? It's possible that the guy is actually pretending to be promiscuous so that the woman, who I'm imagining Patrick means has bad manners or is not a very good wife, should leave. That's a very good, because I've seen these situations where men say omukazi mukoze buli kimu naye tagenda, mukubye aganye, mukoze ki aganye. And normally under those situations the woman is staying, because for women, like I said, for women it's an achievement to actually be married and stay married. So omukazi okuva mu maka ge oba okuva mu bufumbo, it takes a very long time, and it takes like determination, and it doesn't just come easy. So it's possible that omusajja agezezaako buli kimu omukazi aganye okuvaawo, kati n'agamba kati kanyende openly oba kandage nti nyenda openly, so that this woman actually goes. That's a possibility, Patrick. The reason why I said she will bring, she said she is not ready to quit the marriage, so they will still engage with her husband. Definitely they will, and they will be having unprotected sex. Definitely the man can also bring the HIV, because they never think about what can happen. Personally, HIV I also want to be a hot old man in my 60s. I'm those grandpas that you see there. So you can't be a hot old grandpa if you die of HIV or hepatitis B. Yeah. Abe is saying, my question today is if it's advisable to wash the engine bay for current models. It's okay for you to wash, but why are you washing the engine bay? What has it done to you? Like when it's dirty, does it underperform? Because those cars have a lot of electronics. It's best if you're going to wash it, give it to the mechanic to actually do it. Your mechanic. Don't just go to a washing bay and give those boys, because there is no school that trains people on how to wash cars. And because there is no school that trains people on how to wash cars, there is definitely no training on how to wash car engines. You get? And I can tell you that, you see these guys that the guys that make cars, they have sprays that are supposed to be used to wash cars. You're not supposed to wash the engine with water. They have those sprays that you're supposed to use to wash. You see the spray that you use to wash your laptop, that foam spray. They have sprays similar to that, and they are the sprays that are supposed to be used to wash the engine of the car. How many documentaries do you see where those guys, the Europeans, the Japanese, washing engine bays? It's just that for us, we live in countries where we have a lot of dust. They never made the cars for us. That's one thing you need to understand. They made the cars for organized societies, and along the way, Africa happened. But then even Africa needed cars. So that's how it happened. And by the way, I think it's the off-road cars that are made for Africa, because Africa is off-road. You look at a road like Semuto Road and it's like you're in the wilderness. You look like all our roads are going so close. You're off-road in Queen Elizabeth National Park. But anyway, try as much as possible to avoid the temptation to wash your engine bay. Otherwise, ojja kwesanga ng'oguze sensor eza buli kika. Because washing exposes your electronics to wetness. You drive the car from the washing bay, you go home, and tomorrow morning the sensors are wet. Something you don't want to happen. So you should try as much as possible to avoid the temptation to wash your engine bay. If you really think like but why are you washing the engine bay? For me, my engine bay is dirty and my car performs properly. Leave it alone. Families started weakening the dawn of female emancipation. I'm not a master chauvinist, but that's the root cause of all the problems. I also think the moment women started thinking, oh, I'm equal to my husband, oh, I make more money than him, oh, I make the same amount of money, oh, I can build my own home. The moment that started happening, those things started happening, because Edda, all men were promiscuous in the past, which take it. But if it's clear that the man marries the woman, then where does the woman get the audacity to say katinanga ayenda nangi kangende nyende? And I'm thinking that's why even men started started dropping their responsibility. Like alaba mukazi twenkana kati yagenda barabirire, okitegeera. Because I'm seeing a situation where ono mukyalo ono agenda okutandika okwenda. I'm seeing a situation where she goes, they break up, and the man stops completely looking after the kids if he has been doing it. And then I'm seeing a situation, because normally we are attracted to the same kind of people. I'm seeing a situation where she gets into a relationship with another man who is of the same character. And she ends up having kids with that man as well, breaking up again. So normally baba start from another man, she goes to another man, then she will end up with about 7 kids from different men, and all these men will not be looking after the kids because she ended the relationship in the same ways. And what JK is saying, for me personally, I find it to be totally true. Women emancipation started weakening families, because my grandfather, for example, the one that had my grandfather on my mother's side, he did not die of HIV, he did not die of hepatitis B, he died of high blood pressure, and he was in his 60s. He had multiple women, he had over, I think, 30 kids, but he did not get HIV on any day. And all these women, I'm thinking, were faithful, because DNA. So those days when women emancipation did not exist, I'm thinking women tried to be faithful to their men, regardless of what happened. But when women emancipation happened, a man cannot even talk to another woman because he's married. Bari kudembe is I'm not a child, I'm musonyiwe. Yeah, and by the way, today I'm on network. I don't know why it's disturbing me. That's the model we bought, but it's the long version. That's the model we bought of the RAV4. RAV4 Super. First generation nainga Super. The first generation of the RAV4 doesn't have airbags on the passenger side. The Neka Super kaina airbag beside your passenger. That's how you separate. Alan, and by the way, the engine. Alan is saying, by the way, guys, be careful with pressure washing the engine bay, especially the radiator, because the radiator fins can easily bend, hence overheating. Thank you very much, Alan. I'm glad that's another perspective that you have shown, because nangi badenga yigi mamanji jukuba mo rupira. Kata Alan, nadala katfa babera move. How do you clean the radiator? How should we make sure the radiator gets cleaned? Because that's something that sometimes the car can overheat because the radiator is clogged. So how can we wash the radiator to make sure that even the dust that is clogging the radiator fins gets out? Advise me on that. Bali Kudema is saying she's insecure. Women sacrifice a lot to the extent of being unhappy for the family. Yeah, apparently people don't see that. And I'm thinking, because men have realized that, that's why basura wobuvunanyizibwa bagende nabo basanyuke. Because me, I personally believe my grandfather died of high blood pressure because of obuvunanyizibwa bwali mumuyinze. Buli mukazi gwawasa ayagala abaana 5 6, mukazi gwawasa ayagala abaana 5 6. Kane yesanga ngo obuvunanyizibwa. Of course he was a rich man, because yayine take jana kumbi. He was a man that had money. Naye naye olaba omusajja omugagga bw'atyo atuuka n'alaba ng'obuvunaanyizibwa bumuyinda, pressure ne zimukuba. So kitegeeza abakyala bano olina okweddako. Isi naye and Martha tabeereka. That's why I totally believe that they should separate. If they cannot work out their differences, I understand that omusajja tamala gayenda, because omusajja I don't know if Martha you get my point. Abeera but bwatuuka n'asalawo n'agamba, you know what, stress enyingi, wabaawo ensonga. It's just that the side of the men is really hard, but if the side of the men was hard as fairly as the side of the women, ate sometimes fe abasajja tetwogera, tusirika n'ebizibu byaffe ne tufaafaagana nabyo, because buli kyonooyogera ng'omukazi agamba tomalaako, buli kyonooyogera ng'omukazi agamba tomalaako. Kati olaba omukazi olwedda agambye the man has been giving her bad sex. Negwe ng'ozaala omwana asooka, the man is giving you bad sex. Ng'ozaala omwana owokubiri, the man is giving you bad sex. Ng'ozaala omwana owokusatu, the man is giving you bad sex. Gwe ng'era okyagumidde awo. How many men would actually tolerate that? None. They would talk about it, make sure either the woman starts giving them good sex, or they would find a woman that gives them good sex, and then they marry that one. Wakitegeera kati ebiseera ebisinga, whenever a man a marriage is not working out, the excuse for a woman would be ng'omukazi ayagala okwenda, ejja kubeemu bad sex. It's either bad sex oba the man doesn't give me money, oba he doesn't provide. Wakitegeera naye nga gwe omuzaddemu omwana asooka n'ata providinga, n'ofuna owokubiri he doesn't provide, n'ofuna owokusatu he doesn't provide. Kati ku wokusatu gwe wootegeerera nti this man tamalaako. There is something that always doesn't add up with when such situations actually arise. Ngenda kusoma commenting that Wendy, I'm trying to concentrate a lot. It's a very small road. Yeah, but I hope you guys are doing well. Question Friday. Let's not concentrate mostly on my question. Ala ninzira munange ekibuuzo kyange, how do we then clean the radiator if we are not if you don't advise us to use the pressure washing machine. Kati tukole tutya, because also that's something we can think about. Tukoze tutya if the pressure washer can actually spoil the thingy. So Martha is saying, I can't even imagine staying with a cheater, because me, I can't cheat, and I can't stay with a man I don't want, a man who gives me headache. I don't want a man who gives me headache. Yeah, Arthur, you said your grand had many women, but you Gaetano, women don't leave because you don't let them make decisions. Women stay. Me, my grandfather's women all stayed. Era bonna yabawa amaka gaabwe bonna bakyali nawo, ye yafa naye bakyaliwo, ate tebazaala baana bbali. Okitegeera Gaetano? So sometimes women don't just leave because you don't give them freedom. Women don't just leave because you don't let them make decisions. Sometimes women just leave, and I want us to understand this, Gaetano, as men, that sometimes when a woman leaves, it's not because of you. Sometimes it's not you. Ngabola bantu ebiseera ebimu n'abasajja abenda tebenda because of the woman. It's just over self-esteem issues. It can be inadequacies in their own lives. So it's not because of another person that the other person leaves. Okitegeera kati jjajja wange yalina abakyala bangi ng'ate bonna beemanyi ng'era ne ku mikolo bagenda bonna. Okitegeera era ne ku mikolo I was at a function recently, era bonna bajja nga weebali n'abaana baabwe. Okitegeera. So I believe that actually nga bakwatagana nga banyumya n'okunyumya, era nga bonna balina amaka, waliwo gwe yateeka gayaza, waliwo gwe yateeka wa. Okitegeera ngira bakwatagana. Kale sijjaga nti bakwatagana totally, but from what I saw, face value. Okitegeera. So Gaetano, tuleme kwerima nti ebiseera ebimu when you give the woman what she wants, she will not go. Women go. Nga naffe abasajja bwe tugenda, you've had that thing omukazi ng'agamba omusajja ne bw'omuwasimanya monkey style, he will go. That's how things actually work. sometimes it doesn't really matter what you give the woman or the freedoms you give the woman. She will go. She will. I'm alive today. Hi Simon Rock. Toyota Corsa 1993. Leave it. I mean, at this, with the current car prices, Toyota Corsa 1993 bagiseera. So I'm asking myself, why would you be buying a 1993 Toyota Corsa if you can buy another car? I don't know if I make sense. Why would you be buying a 1993 Corsa? Because of kusanga price ya Toyota Corsa 1993, your price ya Primo. Nenge we said every single people want to buy that Toyota Corsa, thinking that the Toyota Corsa will use lesser fuel. So me, I wouldn't advise that you buy a Toyota Corsa. That's what I'm saying. Jideke. And I don't like it, so I will not give it a good review. Of course, one of us here, Solomon, bought it. One of the very first people that gave me the pre-purchase inspection. Yes, okay, actually. The very first person that gave me money to help him buy a car. He got a car, and I'm sure he doesn't regret. Solomon Wobaku give me a review. He does not regret buying that car. I think he bought it 5 million. But right now, Morocco Solomon, yeah, million musanvu. Siche Solomon Wobaku. But I don't advise that you buy that car. You can get a Primo old model at the same amount, and the Primo old model will definitely give you more value. Our grandies were always beaten, but they still stayed. But surely, how can you lay your hand on a woman? Neka tife naffe tuli batiitiizi naffe tutyo kuba oyinza omukubba omukazi naye nakkuba omukubba nakutwala ku poliisi. Edda abakazi baloopanga. Morning. Mpa buli bwa bbiri ompe n'essumbi n'ennyongeza naye mukikuba mulabe tuba tusimbye layini wano ng'ekkubo tulijjuzza. So I'm buying bundazi here for my meeting, but cause we are lining up, okay, but then parking zinga tusimbira inziwe motoka nganyanga fena tuzigura bundazi na sumbusa. Okitegeera gaitane naku zino naffe tuli awo tetutegeerekeka. Abasajja bedda bakubanga abakazi sikyo wamma naye nga omukazi talina najalaga kati omukazi omukuba lwina akutwala ku police. Oyinza n'okuyomba obuyombi omuvuma katono nga olumbye police. So about cleaning the engine bay, most part of the engine are actually insulated controlled application of water is acceptable if done by a professional. And Alan, if someone wants to clean their engine, they should give it to a mechanic to actually do it. Don't do it yourself. The mechanic will clean it better because the mechanic knows which parts should get water, which parts should not get water. But these washing bay guys, there is no school that trains washing bay guys. So Arthur, women emancipation does not mean equal rights, but equal opportunities. I think for health reasons like hypertension, STDs override other benefits of sourcing sex outside. They can try out separation. Yeah, Auntie Patrick, that's what women emancipation means, but women don't understand it that way. Women don't understand women emancipation to mean equal opportunities. For them, they take it to add to mean that equal power, equal. Yet when it comes to marriage, it's the man that has to take cows to their parents. So chitegeza, literally, if I have to pay bride price, the reason why they call it bride price is I'm paying a price for my bride, which means I'm buying my bride. And if I buy you, it literally means I own you. I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying. If someone buys something, they own it. They own it. So if someone owns something, they can do what they want with it. Era kati fe abazadde b'ennaku zino tulina okukyusaamu ebintu bino tubenga abazungu. Mu bazungu there is no bride price. If you love my daughter, you get married. Just make sure you treat her right nicely. But if I pay bride price, I literally own you. But I get what you're saying, but that's not what it means in Africa. And that's why globally now people bali mukuba bano are feminists, because feminists are misguiding the women. If a woman wants to leave you or to do things, that's their excuse. But the woman who loves you will sit you down and government, you know what, babe, these days what you say, and that's the right way to handle things. That's why I was telling Gaitano, you don't need to do anything wrong. You can basically be doing everything right, and she will go. And then you ask yourself, and then when you start asking, ngagamba ndo tomarako nafunya malako kusinga nenga si checho neje bagenda tebamatira na ye it just has to be an excuse. Asiku, men and women have equal rights too, at least in society where I live. We can also use a controlled amount of compressed air to kick out the dust. In conclusion, during either of those processes, take your time, identify and cover the sensitive parts like alternator. Yeah, definitely. Simon Rock, is it that guy that works on radio? Simanyi ajakudamu. She will tell you tocha alinga bwe wali, but the moment she starts telling other people mutomalako uyabata chakwagala. Brian says, mine they were giving me 8 million. And ndazamulaba Brian wajigula mmeka 5 kitundu mukaga. Brian bought an Ipsum with us. I think it was 5.5 or 6 million or 6.5. I don't remember. And they were giving him 8. Ndazamulaba bananga abatayagala kola kumpa sente za pre-purchase inspections. Abantu benguze mmoroka bonna tugula bei ya busubuzi. Martha is saying that's why I don't like married men. The way it hurts to hear that another girl is sleeping with your man. What goes around comes around. Maybe you used to cheat with married men during her youth age. It's possible, but sometimes it's just that omusajja obwenzi mbasajja buli musayi. Banango lwalero nsanze yo Ronaldo yiyesise. Eyo tefudde. Bosange moroka bwetinga eri ku kkubo. Eba tefudde. Mafuta gatasobola because some of them are petrol. Obo musirikala abalaka kyono. Ayagala kumpapya ganejja ngambo kupapatedi wakutti. Ono musirikale gwe nabuuzizzaako eggulu. Moroka yange bwagiraba agitano gite ine ebisanyizo byonna. Martha, you're right. My question is, why marriage for today is not for better for worse? Because of emancipation, like JK said. Chichimbaga liba jajjaffe bakubanga bakazi baabwe empi namkuba emigo naye ng'omukazi akimanyi bansasula nga neewaabwe ekitanda bakyokya. But these days omukazi anoba n'agenda neyeepangisiza tayagala kumanya, okitegeera. But those days nekyeyombekedde wali nga nakyeyombekedde kirabika na bubi naye ennaku zino nakyeyombekedde bali nnomo, okitegeera. JK is saying that that's not necessarily true with the society one lives in. Most Muslim countries, women testimony is not always conclusive. It has to be collaborated with men's testimony. Ana abasiramu nabo balina obukwakuliza ate bwenda bwolumu obugaana because omukazi bwagamba nti bankutte nga ate muleeta omusajja yamukutte nga agamba namukutte because that's collaborating the story. Obanga muleeta omusajja yabaddewo okukakasa munnange bamukutte. Brian, let me tell you, it's an appreciation if I decide what I bring. But if the side of the woman decide what I should bring, then it becomes buying. They are saying, if you want to take our daughter, pay us this much. Brian, if it's appreciation, but you have seen in instances where a guy took kiloza sukari because he's a sobola, never mugoba nemigo. Totumanyira muwara waffe kyajamu. So that's definitely buying. If the side of the woman decides what they want, it is buying. Ekyo tsaga tukidebating enako. Brian bwoba oyina Ipsum yo nenjitwala nenkwayo emitwalo 2 That's appreciation. Bambi weba de kumpa ipsamyo. Negwe sengonga manjagala milioni 10. I'm buying. That's what Kwanjula is these days. I bought it at 3.5. Simon, you bought what? Obanyina comment just sirabye. Let me try to look for it. Kosa 1993 is what you bought at 3.5. When did you buy it? Abby is asking, do you advise me to buy Primo Ordinary in bad condition but in moving condition? I replace spare parts gradually. Bad condition is relative. A Primo in bad condition would be a Primo at like 5 million. A Primo at 7 million is not in very good condition, but it's not in bad condition. Arthur, bride price is not wife purchase. She's not a chateau. This position has been rejected in Uganda. But then they should change the name. Price means it's a price is you paying value for value. Price. And also, if the parents of my wife are saying tuwente tano otwali muwala waffe, what am I doing? I know it's in the courts of law it could have, but it can still be challenged. It has when nafuna ku lusente lwange nja kuwa mabilizi center agende tukirope, because mabilizi kati yali controversial mu ebyo ebintu tujja kukiropa. The fact that it's called price, it means I'm paying for value. So they are giving me something, and in return I'm giving them something of value. And because I'm not giving them another woman in return, it's not barter trade, it's me buying. I'm buying you people. Era Patrick tebakulimba gwogenda okuwasa mukazi ne bagamba ojja tuwente 12 otwene milioni 5 ne bakwavu, and their cultures like the eaters, so they can even make you crawl in the ground. Ne bakwavuza no kwavuza, like they are giving you something of value, so you're paying. It's people are buying wives. I was reading, there's an entrepreneurship group and yesterday was a discussion on bride price, and these guys were saying what guy yagenda okuwasa omuwala from the Itesons, and they treated him really badly to the extent that he had to borrow money to pay. He had 8 million, the family wanted 12. He borrowed the money to pay them. So he bought his woman, and now the father-in-law is in town, he's stuck, he has nowhere to stay. He calls the son-in-law, I'm in town, I'm stuck, can you come for me and I come spend the night at your house? And the guy told the father-in-law, I'm not your friend. I'm not your friend that you just call me up and say I want to stay at your house. Go find somewhere to stay. I paid for my woman. You get it? Martha, trust me, bad marriages are many, but there are also good ones. Yeah, there are good marriages. Position has been rejected in Uganda. No problem, Patrick. Let the position be rejected. But the truth, the law can deny the truth, but the truth will stay the truth. It's the reason why even the law acknowledges that it's called bride price. It's a price for the bride. It's a price that has been set by the father-in-law or the mother-in-law or the family for the bride. Martha, it's buying, my dear. Thank you. Dedicating, so make a comment. Yeah. And also, under the law, you cannot prove that I'm reading comments as I'm driving. Cancel Patrick Sketcho. You cannot prove that I'm reading comments as I'm driving, because I'm not reading comments as I'm driving. And that statement alone, under the law, stands. Marie, Brian, by the way, he's using his wife's. Good marriages. Brian is using his wife's account. It's buying, my dear. That's why long ago women were always sent back to their abusive men in marriage, in fear of asking the bride price. Exactly. And if you wanted to take your daughter away, you simply had to give the man back his bride price, because yali yamugula. After I bought the course at 3.5, was that a bad price? It wasn't. I'm even surprised you can still get a car at 3.5 that is moving. kumbera ye bay olabanze nange I am all for buying old cars nena nkate moroka ya million esatu ekitundu njigula ntyamu okitegeera you had a good buy by the way nenga jeziri some people are selling those cars because naye bemunyiye nga anonyeza agigula tamulaba nagamba mumpeze mumpanve wano okitegeera so you bought properly by the way ata hari esoboka ku maintenance ne spare esoboka nayo ino okubamu n'akasente olina okubamu n'akasente kati nze sigisobola I'm being honest nze hari yasigisobola era wembeera nyinza okulwana nembeera nayo naye ate efaaki mulowooza hari ya spare ng'omwagaza ki temala gafa naye mafuta gyekisinga obuzibu kwa hari yezo naye nze sigisobola kyobola nvuga kakolola kankanamukadde but it's manageable naye olina okubamu ne ku lusente olutonotono. Simon Rock, you got a sweet deal on that Corsa. How much have you invested currently? Jeke kati gochazanya 1993 abantu bavuga 1989 oweunya 1993 minimum ujifunda kumeka hari ya chi. If you're looking for the old model 3000cc you can even get it at like 7 million depending on availability. Then the 2.4 you can get it at around 14 15 right? But then if you're looking for this Kawundo the used one will be at 35 enunji. If you don't mind about the number plates you can get like a UAM Kawundo at like 25 26 like that. Yeah, those are the prices. Those are estimations. It can go higher, it can go lower depending. Martha is saying women nowadays complain mutomalako because they get married when they have slept with 2 or 3 men before men used to get virgin girls who have never tasted. That's why they used to stay with their men. Thank you, Martha. Bananga barabe nakuzuno I'm worried for our kids. I'm worried for our kids. But Aban. Whatever Abana Benakuzuno 23, 25. The body count is 7 guys. I got 7 guys over no nyako. They jump from relationship to relationship like balinga be baba to my relationships inti gwe bolifa no gende wakatonda go ina relationship emo babiri omuliro kugenda kwocha nga balinga be baba target inti omukazi o ino kuba ne relationship 12 nga tonnafa. It's like they have targets. Martha, overexposure is also a blame. Yeah, bamukuta nnyo bamukuta nnyo nawe nga inawe ya antia nga alinga omupiira guweddeko enjola kamupiira oguweddeko enjola guba guseerera buseerezi ne gutandika okunenya ekkubo nti amakubo ge Uganda gaseerera. A friend of mine went to Zimbabwe for kuchala and they asked for 27 cows. He told them to remain with their daughter. Omogezi yatasa nze nange mba kumukulekera. When I was going to kuchala for my wife, I had dreadlocks. And then one of my relatives was telling me bana mutuwa bwe twava kucha dreadlocks I had an old chibina emotoka ogenda nayo nembaga banaye mundeke bwe bate bagala kumpa muwala waabwe bamusigaze nze yenze tebamutuma and they were very receptive okitegeera. And then later on when I cut off my dreads ne batandika okugamba olaba yamukyusa none nali salako dreads zange tiyamanya nakumanya. In short terms, bride price is trade. Yes, it's trade. The guy told the girl's family that he wasn't going broke for marriage. Exactly. Omano going broke omukazi nanoba. Ate under the law you cannot. And I'm thinking the judge that said bride price is not price is because they were trying to justify the fact that a man cannot anymore go to the woman's family and ask for their bride price back. That's what they were trying to make sure of. I bought it last week, Sebo. It's my first car and you advised us to go for Toyotas. Yeah, definitely. You had a very good price, by the way. Martha, girls these days have way higher body count. Bananga ba wala ba ina body count. What's the price range of one NZ engine? Million kati nadzemo kujikebera limu bidi kitundu kusatu. Depending on where you buy. Bidi kitundu kusatu. Arthur, if things fail to work out, it turns out to be milk poured down. Yeah, I'm thinking the court that justified bride price is not buying a woman. They were trying to justify they were trying to justify kati man nange kangende kanvuge nga aba taxi tugende tuyite eno. They were trying to justify that and I'm thinking that judge had many girls, so and those many girls bano banyo katagala kuza bride price. That's what I'm imagining. But it's bride price. It's bride price. Eranze mbanku guze. Mchala wange mugamba ngenda kubanku guze. Because if your family sets conditions, because every family has demands. Some families, of course, my wife's family, the demands are bearable. Mochitegeera byangu. Na ye waliwo family has demand kakati 27 cows gwe dala ngomwana wamusanga nga sina virgin olumu wamujjana mu kilabu. Kwolwo ayina ne guy gwe yagenda naye n'amulya. Then gwe no mufune echa because wali oyagala. Ngogenda nayo 26 gwoyinza okuziwaayo. You spoke of fuel. Nowadays different pumps have different prices. Oba quality is out. Just buy Shell and Total. Nze nkibagamba bulijjo. Gwe tolowooza nti Shell ne Total batunda ebbeeyi gye batunda lwa busiru. Okitegeera, for them they invest time and money and research to make their fuel a little better. Ekisagala mukyerabire kati gojja kwagala ogenda ogula amafuta ku Arthur Energy olwokuba Arthur chaliwo omulaba ku for the love of cars noga Arthur yakoze ka petrol station wenje okunywa amafuta olwokuba lita ya amafuta agiguza 3.5 nga Shell etunda 5.5 golowooza 1200 ye Arthur azijja yati ye agagagula wagagala iso okutuuka awo. Okitegeera, just buy Shell and Total. Just buy Shell and Total. Owa taxa akubye ekitaala. Atax tebagala kumanya. Nona ayinza kikuba. What taxa akubye ekitaala. Ya taxa tebagala kumanya. Kati bataffe ndowooza. Mutute chichi. Ebitaala bino nabyo birina fitina. How do you count them? The body count. Abawala bogerenda kuzi. By the way, chicks these days are very open. Yeah, they are open. How many men have you slept with? 5. Like 5 for a woman is too much, you people. 5 for a woman is too me. If I had a woman that has slept with 5 women, ngaye mukazi wange waka, I would be insecure. Buli bwafuluma mba mmanya agenze. You have invested 450. It's fair. Gwevuga mmoroka yo weyagale kasita it's your first car. If it disturbs you, you will learn. Fenaje twaita netuyiga. But 3.5 was a good buy. The baddest night watch in Morocco is at 12 baddest chimanyi. Price range of ordinary used engine EFI like Chibinas. It has on Abe. All those engines are 2.5, 3, 3.5. Slake wins double in figure. Kugamba you marry a woman nga yake bakana abasajja 15. Whoa. And also that woman agamba tonjoga. Nze tebanvuma tebankuba. Nze omusajja wange tayenda. Omusajja wange mubeera konzeka. Nga you have a body count of 15 men. Naye mukama Katonda atusasire. Naye dunia gye tulimu eno. Like a body count is like she's like a 1993 model car, because you'll find that Corsa that Simon Rock bought has been driven like by 10 people, but a chick that was born in 1995 has had 15 men. Chokanga, she started sleeping with these men at 18. Yeah. But you people that have girls, talk to them, because the things that men valued a long time ago are still things that men value now. Body count, for me, body count is like a metric. Body count is a metric. Tamanyi motoka genda yo line esigale ekola bagenda tutalumu singo kwesiba mu line ene ate ne batugamba tuderi irujja kuddayo uchuko okomewe kampara kumanya makubo kumanya na mvuga yago kati nze wano nga nyiga mukko wano abalala badde na wasobola kola line yabwe yokusatu That's life. Muzata yabayitanga lukolo komba. Era lukolo komba bannange. You can imagine a girl nga tanaweza myaka 4. Ali myaka 2 nga mu mukaaga nga they have a body count of 10. Nga bamukozeseza okusinga Bajaj Boxer because this Bajaj Boxer kati yogira ba UEP nkadde nnyo no jasanga bakajivuga balinga basatu. Nage kati my Corolla yakavugibwa abantu nga bana. Kati there are chicks that have more body count than my Corolla. Man, it's not even no balance. You see a babe without a man and a proper job renting in Nigeria and driving or the sente bazijjawa. Era bye bakola. The reason why it's tricky purchasing locally used cars, we try to cut costs by fueling at non-reputable gas stations and skipping minor maintenance, which in turn passes on to the next. Yeah, but one thing I've realized and I would like for you guys to consider it is that you don't save any money when you buy cheaper fuel. Besides, abantu abasinga munywa amafuta ga mitwalo 2-3. Kati if a petrol station is cheaper by 100, how much are you saving really? Murabanza anywa full tanker nagezaako okusaving ekikumi ekyo. It never amounts to any money. Atenge bisere muna amafuta ga garayisi gonoona. Kati I just go to Shell and Total. Okitegera kati zo wa full tanker bwembanje nywa nenjijjuza ne safe na difference. Kati gorwanywe emitwalo 2 omutwalo. Okitegera. So don't buy cheap fuels guys. Nawe wakosa 1993. Moroka yo jiwa amafuta amalungi Shell Total. Okitegera jiwa amafuta amalungi. Seriously. A 23-year-old girl has 15 bodies on her. I'm telling you. Atenda abawala benna kusunu tebakyaswala. There is a time I was talking to a relative of mine, muwala. Ne mubuuza boyfriend ali atya. Nambuuza aliwa. They are openly saying that okay, I'm promiscuous. They openly say it. Ne mubuuza olina bameka. Nga batano. Like all those guys eat you. 5. And you expect that there is a man that is going to come to you. Yeah? Akuwase. Aleme kujoga. Ngoli lukolo kwamba. I've learned something new. I've learned a new term. Lukolo komba. But I personally believe that the body count can be blamed on their parents. Most of these girls are not seated down. Tebababulirira. Abakazi bedda bababuliriranga. Abakazi bedda bababuliriranga. Naye abawala b'ennaku zino, nobody sits them down. Nobody tells them the right thing to do. Nobody tells them that this matters. I personally believe that once a woman decides to have a higher body count, she should give up marriage. Asigale kubya counting up bodies. Because now you have a higher body count and then you're going to hold another man to very high standards, which these high standards, you're holding them to him because you had so many men. Ono bw'atakumatiza ngango ogenda kumulala. Ono bw'atakumatiza ngango ogenda kumulala. Kati goyagala ono abeere 5 in 1. Wainanga abasajja 5 omulundi gumu. Kati oyagala ofumbira omusajja omu akole abasajja 5 bye baakolanga. Personally, I care less about previous history. I focus more on someone's brains and morals. These days, young people have sex like food, especially at university. And Michael, I tend to disagree. A woman that has sex like food has no morals to speak of. That's one thing. That's MTN, by the way. That's not Airtel today. Banange mbadde nkyagamba Michael. Morals tell us what is wrong and what is right, and if we can act moral. So I believe that a woman that can have sex like food has no morals to speak of. That's my view. That's my view. Arthur, when you, most of them have been worked on. That's why I don't recommend that you buy cars with the old technology, the EF Nojisanga, and majority of those old EFI engines have been overhauled. So that's something I want you to understand. That again and ogura primo old models are very thorough. They are very severe. So most of those old banang network ya MTN cheta nkola. I've been na VVTI tebateda. If a VVTI has been overhauled, you will see and feel it. It can never be is like squeezing blood out of a rock. I totally know. Tarzan is saying, and they expect men to respect them, and media is from how one can have a high body count and still be considered moral. Me personally, when a woman has a high body count, uyitaina na kubulirira bantu okitegeera. A person that has morals, seriously, you cannot do that. It's immoral. Okitegeera kati omukazi ng'akimanyi nti abasajja they value virginity and low body count. Going to values. Aluzinda Michael, she will keep on comparing you to the 17 guys in her past. And she will keep going back. Man, Arthur, most of them are materialistic. They want things like the latest smartphone, latest generation lifestyle. No money, no love. Out of the day, all, but most of them have a lot of, yeah. They have been through stuff, and then church is their way of, church is their way, like saying to God, yeah, make life better, good reality. Istanga Yagwada. Still waiting for the room. Guys, the shell, if even a shell that doesn't have those tags, those digital meters, don't go there. Alan, you are right. Me, Nakankaka, changed my thoughts about church girls for the worst. Meanwhile, Banange, why have diesel prices refused to come down? Never much, the maintenance was high. I think like God is trying to pay us back for us who have for us to have petrol cars. I think God is trying to pay us back. Anyway, guys, thank you, man. Marvin, Martha, Pascal Joseph, Simon Iga, Abby, Innocent Mugabe, of course, JK, Barry Kudembe, Joseph, Pat, region, if in the eastern region between Euro, Gaetano, Clip Films, gonna cause a message to the engineer, then the mechanic. Of course, Martha, Anthony Ariho, Banange Muteke Emma Musara Zamwe. Remember yesterday he told us he has COVID. Kulika kosa wewe could Brian, Abby, Michael, David Jack, yeah, and even you guys are even you guys that are down, I don't take it for granted. Don't forget, I do a car that is of value, a car that will not disappoint you. And from experience, either the same amount of money as or even more. But I wish you a very nice day. Tomorrow's broadcast will happen at 5:15 p.m. Remember, tomorrow is a Saturday. 5:15 p.m. is the time that our broadcast will be happening. Yeah, I see son or daughter to do in your age, even for women, by the way. Yeah, try as much as possible to ask for protection. And don't drink and drive. Drive properly, drive like Arthur. So that's Totomera. Kati tugenda mwaka danze. Ciao. Kwa hivyo TikTok ono nga busatu.